there, friends. This is Kathy Crow at the Crow Cottage, and my computer doesn't really like having this phone plugged in, but I had to because I forgot to even get it out of my purse this weekend, and it was a very busy weekend. So let me click on this and see if it actually worked. Excellent. Very good. There I am. And now I can see your comments. Let me get my voice off. I took it off my big speaker. Now I figured out at least I can do that. That helps. So today I wanted to make this cute bag. It's going to have different paper, but I thought it might be fun for you to see me struggle through making it. It actually was easy to do when I was watching the video from the lady who is Aloha Paper Gems, who was doing it. And so anyway, I think I can get through it pretty easily, and it's going to coordinate so cute with the, I thought I had my card over here to show you my punch, kind of what we're doing, but with the moose punch. This Merry Moose punch is super cute. And anyhow, I don't even know. Do I have it? Oh, I do. Good. Here's the stamp set that goes with it. I resisted this stamp set for a long time because, to tell you the truth, I don't like the moose that much. He's okay. He's got kind of a weird body. Or maybe it's his legs. I don't like his legs. So I didn't want this moose. Okay, look at his legs. I don't know if anyone else will see that he has weird legs, but I think he has really weird legs. So I didn't order this, but this raccoon, isn't he cute? I like the raccoon. And then after I got this set for the punch. I did want the punch. I've seen a whole bunch of things with this punch, and they're really nice, and I've already used it a bunch. So the punch is great. But then when I got the stamp set and looked at it, I realized, what a dope. It's got those trees, these 2 trees with it. And that cute little scarf is going to be very useful. And that raccoon. And then I didn't even realize either until I got it that it has enjoy the stillness of the season as a sentiment. So those have sold me on this stamp set, even though the moose is still a little odd. I think I'm going to actually learn to use him and like him, but we'll see. And while I'm chatting with you about what we're going to do, I just thought I'd show you my card opening. Okay, so this, when I made it, I wasn't planning on it being a photo holder necessarily, just a Christmas card. But then when I did it, I thought, oh, wow. Hey, Jean, it's nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. I thought, what a great little picture for your Christmas cards. You know, people do Christmas greetings, and those picture ones are really nice. But, boy, wouldn't it be even better inside a card that you made? And it just fit in there perfectly. I had to trim it down a bit, and this is my daughter and her husband when we went and visited in this summer. So anyhow, and then there's room here for your short little, Merry Christmas greeting. So anyway, this turned out really cute because I embossed it also. I didn't hardly have any coloring to do. It was really easy. The most coloring that I did on it was, let me get rid of this. The most coloring that I did was the poinsettia strip that I did. So that was a super easy one. Hi, Jean. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. That is from God's Peace. And I love this stamp set. When I saw it, I didn't buy it right away because I had other things I needed to get done with other stamps. And I can't buy everything at once, believe it or not. So anyway, it took me a while to finally get this one, but I've been wanting it for a while because I love this Bible verse that's on here. It's perfect for Christmas, and my family knows us really well. We're all Charlie Brown fans, and this is the part that Linus recites to Charlie Brown when he's telling him the meaning of Christmas, and I love it. So it was really exciting for me to see that they had a stamp set with that on it. Okay, so I am going to swing my camera down and we will get started, and hopefully it will go pretty smoothly. We'll just find out because I've only made this project one time, and so we will just see how it goes. I've got on here, let me move this, gingerly, my computer made a noise like it didn't like what it was doing. And yeah, it is. It's making noise, and that kind of scares me because once the camera decides to not cooperate with me, that we're in trouble. And I think what's happening is I just need to plug my phone in. I have to plug my phone in because, like I said, I had it in my purse the whole weekend, and it did not get charged up, so it needs to be here. So anyway, all right, so you can see Stampin' Up! Has their they have this cute grid paper that's available right now, but you better buy it fast because it's going to go. If you like to use grid paper with your projects, I'm bringing this up pretty high because what we're doing is we're going to be using a lot of the cutting board and whatnot. So I need this to be up high. Hopefully you can hear my voice. Sometimes when it goes up high, my voice is so loud most of the time that I'm quieter than I would like to be. And then the problem with that is that when it goes up high, I'm too quiet. So anyhow, this is really cute. A paper pumpkin, better than a box of puppies. Well, I wouldn't say that, but it's still pretty cute paper. I like that. And paper pumpkin is really good for people who only want to stamp like once a month or so. I wouldn't necessarily say it's great for anyone else, but it could be. I just don't really know. I don't know a lot of people that have done it for too awfully long, just for a little while. All right, so you are going to be making this little bag, and if you want to make it with me right now, this would be a good opportunity for you to do it because I'm going to be going pretty slow. It'll be easy for you to follow me. I haven't done it a lot, so I'm not going to be super speedy. And all you need is you will need your Tombow glue. This is an essential for this bag because you need a really strong adhesive. And you are going to need several clips. Okay, so the clips are really useful when it comes to keeping, and you can use any kind of clip. It doesn't really matter what kind. I've got like an assortment of clips. I even got some minis that I don't know if I'm going to use in one of my, I brought a few over here because I wasn't really sure. And I'm not really sure if these minis will hold well enough, but if they don't, that's okay. Because you only need absolutely about 4. But I just have a bunch here to make sure that I'm covered. You are also going to need your tear-in tape. Let me grab that. I've got that way over here somewhere in my pile. Okay, so you need some tear-in tape. You don't have to. You could use glue instead of tear-in tape, but I am also going to use some tear-in tape. And let's see what else I've got. Okay, so you need 1 sheet of DSP that's 12 by 12. It doesn't have to be double-sided because it could be some other kind of paper that's 12 by 12, but you won't have this cute design on the inside of your bag if you do that. So that's why I prefer, this is the color we're going to use today, and you will also use a coordinating color sheet of cardstock, and you only need these 2 pieces, and that's why I wanted to do this bag because it's super fun and super easy to do. So let me remove my clips before I lose them because I do need them later, but I don't need them absolutely right now. Hi, Freddie. Thank you for sharing. Make sure you share, Jean, and then I can enter you in my drawing next week. Okay, so we are going to Freddie, I hope you are having a great day today. So today, if you just joined me, we are making this cute bag. So if you want to do it with me, you absolutely can, because we're going to do it really slow. And all you need is your glue, your cutting board, your 12 by 12 piece of DSP, and a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that matches color-wise. And then I suppose I should get my little host code thing up here. If anybody wants to place an order, you can use this host code for me. Because if you use this host code and order with me, then I will send you 5 free Christmas cards if your order is $50 or above. And then I also just really quick want to make sure everybody knows that that sale is coming on Wednesday. There's going to be a 15% off sale, and if you are a demonstrator, that means you get your 15% off and your 20 or 25 or whatever discount you get on top of that. So it's quite a bargain. So this would be a great time for you to buy some things. And that list is on my my page. If you want, just click it. There's a list. Okay, so we're starting with this sheet at 12 by 12. We are going to cut it at 9 3/4, and I am using our new cutting board. I really like our new cutting board. It's nice. It's got a nice long arm on it, so I can reach all the way over here and see where that 9 1/4 inches is. Now you do want to make sure your pattern is right. Okay, do I want my stripes go, because it's going to, when I cut it, this part is going to fold around the bag. So do I want my stripes going this way, or do I want them going this way? I think I want them going this way. So we're going to flip that paper really quick, and we're going to go 9 3/4 inch. Okay, doesn't have to be exact. Actually, this part of it, I could flub a little bit and it would be fine. So 9 3/4 inch. And I'm going to use this, so let's hang on to it. And then we're going to take this, we're going to cut it in half. Okay, so we're going to flip it like this. We're going to cut this in half at 6 inches. Okay, so there's my 6-inch mark. Now this is the part I do want this 6 inches to be exact, because I want them to, I don't want to have one side slightly higher than another. Okay, so that is 6 by 9 3/4, and we have 2 sheets like that. And the pattern, if there was, it would be matching like this. This is the sides. These are the sides. It's going to be the inside of the bag, and this is the outside of the bag. Now I'm going to set this over here for a moment, out of the way. And then let's see what else. Now we're going to cut the base part. Okay, so we're going to cut a base sheet here. I want to leave my 11-inch side because I actually need handles. And I think I'll just go ahead and cut my handles right now. The handles are 1 inch wide. Okay, so let me move. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay, I want to make sure my camera is keeping us in view. So I want 2 1 by 11-inch strips for the handles. Okay, so this is 1 inch by 11, and we're going to do 2 of those. Okay, there's another one coming up. All right, and then we're still going to use this, so I don't want to lose it. Now what I'm going to do with these handles is I'm going to score right in the center. So at the 1/2 inch mark, I'm going to use the scoring blade here, and I'm going to start like around here, like about 1 inch up. I'm going to start there and score all the way down to this 1 inch. So I'm not doing the bottom 1 inches, okay? Just scoring right in the middle, just from here to here. Okay, now I want to make sure everybody sees that. So I'm scoring from here to here at 1/2 inch. So here we go. Put it here. Oh my goodness, my mirror over here is like sort of interfering with everything. Let me move this a bit. No, I need to move it, this way, because I need to move my No, I need it to move. Yeah, I've got the camera reversed so that you can read things, but it's like backing a trailer into like a big moving, a big travel trailer. It's like trying to fit a big travel trailer in the back of your lot or something where you're trying to, anyway, it's all backwards. Okay, so 1/2 inch. Now I see where my 1 is. I want to make sure I'm getting oh, there it is. Okay, so 1/2 inch. It's my 1/2 inch line is showing a little bit easier for me up on this side. Oh, it is. It's fine here. I just had to find it. Okay, there we go. 1/2 inch. Because I'm not sure what you can see better. I can see the one down here better, but you can probably see the one up here better. Okay, so it's all fitting underneath this. So the problem is that when I move my hand, the paper shifts a bit. So I need to make sure that I'm just laying that right down and then holding it down a bit and getting that score blade going there, okay? We're gonna do both of those. 1/2 inch. Okay, I hear the ticking of my clock. It's sort of like at this time of the year with Halloween just around the corner, when it's very quiet in here and I hear the ticking of the clock, it reminds me of that Edgar Allan Poe, the Telltale Heart, that hideous heart. Okay, so we cut the base, or we haven't cut the base. We have to do that yet. We did this, but we need to do the trim pieces. So the trim pieces are 9 3/4, and we're going to use this to do that. I think I better cut my base piece before I get going on that, so I can show you that you actually can get everything out of this. So let's see, if we're going to do 9 3/4 here, though, that's not going to give me enough. Maybe I do need to use 2 pieces of cardstock. It's possible. So you better go grab another piece if you're doing this with me, because I think I'm going to go ahead and cut my my base piece, and then to get all my trim pieces, I'm probably still going to need another sheet of cardstock. So we're going to cut our base at 8 inches across this way. 8 inches. If I do that, though, 5, I wonder if I can, I still am thinking if I'm careful, I might be able to get it. So let's start this way, and we'll go 5 inches. Okay, so I'm doing 5 inches instead of the 8. And if I swing my arm down, here's the other thing I love about this cutting board. With our new cutting board, you have a better view of your inches. They're not on a clear thing, which I believe our old one, I don't have it handy here anymore, but they were there, but they were here on this clear thing. It was hard to see. So I can see exactly inches here to know how many inches I'm gonna need. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna be going down to about here on that. If it was 8. So I still am I'm just trying to figure out if I'm gonna need another sheet, and I'm confident I am. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and cut this at 5 inches this direction then, since that's what I'm doing. 5 inches? No, because I want it to be 8. So 5 inches this way. Okay, now I do need this part to be exact. 5 inches, and this is 8 inches. I'll bring that out again by 8 inches. And then we're going to score 1 inch in all the way around on all the sides. So we'll just go, there's 1 inch, and we'll score, and the next 1 inch. And we'll score, and the other side. And the last side. Okay, so we scored all that. And here's our handles. We're kind of just setting these things to the side. And then we're going to do our trim pieces. Now our trim pieces are we need 6 of them. And I am going to use this for my tag. So I'm going to move this aside. This is probably going to be just a leftover scrap here on the side. And I'm going to grab another sheet of this pretty peacock. I'll have to change my instructions on my website because I think I have us using only 1 sheet and you do need 2. So then we're going to cut this sheet, we're going to cut it 9 3/4 inches because it'll just make it a lot easier in the long run to do that. So 9 3/4, I'll end up with a little scrap of paper that I might not have wanted, but it'll be fine. Okay, so this is 9 3/4 inches long, and we need 6 pieces that are 3/4 inches wide. So 3/4 inch. We're gonna do 6 of those. There's 1. Let's see, I wanna make sure this is lined up well. 2. There's 3/4 inch. Halfway there. You will want all 6 of these, I guarantee you. It does make a big difference in the sturdiness of the bag and the attractiveness of it as well. Now I am going to play with this because I think the way it's done, I'm not sure that I would, I'm thinking I might want 3 of these, I'm thinking I might want 3 of these doubled and then we're going to fold, but I haven't actually played with it, so we'll keep to the instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we need 1 more at 3/4. Sometimes when you're wrapping the trim around, if you have it folded over the top, it makes things more difficult to do. So it's possible that might not work. Now I think I don't need this anymore, but we'll keep it handy just in case. You never know. So here's our trim pieces. We'll stick those up there. We're going to take our bottom of the bag and we're going to just do a little trim. Now I'm going to bring this camera down a bit so you can see a little better what I'm doing. I am going to, in fact, I'll just let me grab one of my little painty pens and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to this is where the fold is, and I'm going to just cut there, and then I'm going to just do a little notch, and I'm going to do that on all 4 of these sides. Okay, I'm just going to cut right there. Where that score line is, and then I'm just gonna take a little notch out of that tab. And this will be on the inside of my bag, so even though I have a little silver there, I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, so there's my little notches. And then you will need your bone folder. Grab mine over here. Okay, you will need that because you're gonna wanna burnish all of these lines really well. My little tabs, not so much. Doesn't matter so much about those. Okay, so now we're gonna glue this, and this is where your Tombow and your clips are coming in. You're definitely gonna want your clips handy. okay, because you don't want to skimp on your Tombow glue too terribly much. We're going to put Tombow on all 4 of these tabs. Okay, and then I am going to clip those so that they stay secure while I am working on the other ones. Oops, that little one doesn't want to hold as well. Oops, come on, you. You can do it. Stick to you, not to me, please. Okay. All right, this really is the strongest glue. I mean, it's probably, I'm sure there's other strong glue out there. I'm not saying that it's the strongest glue, even though that is exactly what I just said. What I mean is that it's very strong glue. It is the strongest glue I use, is I guess what I should have said. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit aside here for a minute. We wanna let that get really secure. And while that's happening, we are gonna work on our handles so that they can dry. So we scored it already. So now we can, I need to do the corner ones. Too much to follow, Freddie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is a lot. I've done stuff like this a lot, so it's probably a little easier for me to do. All right, so I'm using this trio. This is the detailed trio punch. You have all kinds of little doodads, but all I'm using is the corner rounder. You can find corner rounders at various places if you don't want these other things, although they're sometimes nice to have. So I'm turning it over just so that I can see where my paper's going, because I want to, if the bag really does look a lot nicer with rounded corners on the handles. So you do want to take this step, and you could just round it with, you know, with your scissors. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can do that. It's possible. Many punches have a little part of them that's rounded, so you don't necessarily have to buy a special corner rounder punch. It's nice to have. Just one of the many things that's nice to have. I thought it was going to be a beautiful day, and it actually, for people who like rain and cool weather, it's nice. I'm glad I got out on my bike already, though, because I see the wind is picking up again, and it's supposed to be nice. Tomorrow, Jeff is going to take the students out on the mile run. So we're going to fold here, and be sure you do not fold the ends. This has got to be open like this. Okay, so you can see this is my first try. I did kind of accidentally fold a little bit here, and so it does look a little funky when you've done that. So you do not want to. You want to be up by this inch with no fold here. Okay, so I'm going to try to do better this time. But anyhow, Jeff is going to, take the kids out on the mile, and so we're hoping that it'll be a little bit nicer weather tomorrow for the students when they do that. And it looks like, even though, I didn't score past, it's still, once I fold, it's going to be a little hard to not get a fold going there, but I'm going to try to avoid it. Okay, so after I've got this folded like this, I'm going to put glue in here and glue that handle, and this bag is wonderful. I've made bags before, and this one is super sturdy. I put all kinds of stuff in here to test that bottom and these handles, and it is a sturdy bag. I like it. So that's one reason I thought, we'll just do a bag today, because I wanted to use that moose punch, and it'll be cute on this little bag. Okay, so we've got that done. Now we're going to just put some glue in there, and this is where my clips are going to come in again. because I want to keep this clipped. So that they'll dry, and I'll probably have to bring in some of my little bag clips, my bottoms, because I don't have as many out here as I should have, but this is pretty secure now. Put one little one there, and a heavier duty one there, and then that should hold that secure and get those handles, glued well. That one, let's see, I wonder if my glue kind of dried. I better add just a tiny bit here where I didn't have it clipped. So anyway, I did get out on a bike ride and it was nice. I was out early enough, and I think because the weather wasn't great, there was, I think I only passed about 5 cars, and 4 of them were on the one little strip of land, street that I went on just to make the ride a little shorter so I'd get back in time for my Facebook Live, and so that was just a real quick little jaunt on that strip, and I didn't see a lot of people out, but I saw some squirrels. They're out working. Every squirrel I saw, I think, had a nut in its mouth. They're pretty cute. So that was good. I enjoyed watching the squirrels running around as I rode my bike. Okay, I did see a guy. I saw a guy it was like a Corvair, I think, or something. And I was fine because I was bundled up and I had my my rain slicker thing on. So even though it was raining a little bit, I was okay. But his back window was gone. It's an old one, an old car. I'm sure he's working on it. And he was driving down the road. His back window gone. It was hilarious. Okay, so anyhow, we're going to take this base now, and we're going to wrap our bag around the base like this. Now we're going to want to start. Oh, I forgot. This is where our tear and tape comes in. Now you can put glue on it, but I don't want to have to work that quick. You can use regular tape too, but this tear and tape is sturdier. As long as you use enough of it. I've done bags with tear and tape with people in class who probably just didn't rub it down enough. And you do have to rub it down and make sure it's really well adhered. Once it does adhere, it creates a very strong bond. But if you don't rub it really good, it doesn't. So I've had people in class making bags where they probably didn't do this step enough. And then as they're working on their bag, it starts to come apart, and it's very frustrating for them. So the next time I do it, I'm gonna show people that, you gotta rub really good. I know this seems like overkill, but if you do that, it's gonna be a very strong bond. So we're gonna use this tear and tape around both sides on the bottom, and we're going to do a strip on the top as well. Then when I saw that guy in the Corvair, with his back window blasted, it wasn't blasted out. It was, I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure it broke at some point, but he had it all taken out. It wasn't like there was part of it there. So I'm sure he was just waiting, he's just waiting for his replacement windows because he's restoring it. But that wasn't a nice looking vehicle. I'm just going to say he's in the beginning stages of restoration because he's got paint to do and trim, and the engine sounded pretty good. I didn't didn't hear the car. It was pretty quiet. And it was just tooling along down there. I thought it was perfect for our neighborhood. You know, Jeff, when we got married, one of the things that really attracted me to him is he described his family as poor white trash. And he didn't, and I don't mean that, and he didn't mean it disrespectfully to people who might think they are that. They're not. It's actually an endearment. It just means we don't take ourselves too seriously. And so the neighborhood we live in is perfect for us. This is exactly the kind of thing you'll see is a guy with his old car, the window broken out, or somebody with their car window with a cardboard on it and they've duct taped it on. And we've been there. Our kids are, if they hear this, are laughing, thinking about how long I drove my car with the window up, and I told everybody, do not roll down that window. It won't roll back up again. That's the trouble when you're poor and you have when we were poorer, we wanted windows that were not electric. We don't want an electric window. That thing's going to break down. You're still going to be driving that car, and you're going to pay a fortune to have that window repaired. Whereas if you had not got electric windows, that handle can keep cranking that window up and down forever. Jeff had a car where the handle came off. But that was like a $5 fix, you put the handle back on there. So electric windows were not necessarily a step up for us. It was like more of a step down. It's like, oh no. When I went and got my last car, the guy was showing me all the things this car can do. It interacts with my phone. It, I'm sure if I was in an accident and I said, Siri, call the AAA guys, it would eventually, although I have not had a lot of luck with Siri doing what I want it to do, so it probably would eventually. But, it really was nice having it's nice, I like it, but it was nice having it simple. When he told me all that, the salesman looked over at me. He was so proud of himself because he was a young salesman. He was new. And he said, so what do you think about all that? And I told him, I don't have a cell phone. And to tell you the truth, to be perfectly honest with you, it just sounds like a lot of things that are probably going to break down. I was very discouraging, but I did buy the car from him. So anyhow, now that all that is adhered well, we're going to start taking off this tear and tape and sticking on the sides. This is the part that is a little scary to me. Once the sides start going on, it has to be perfect or it isn't going to look as good. So I might have to be quiet and not talk about my neighborhood and what I saw out there today when I was riding my bike, which wasn't much. It was really still because the wind hadn't picked up, and the rain didn't really pick up either until I was really close to home. Thankfully, every time that happens, it's like I do say, thank you, God, for keeping that rain off of me until I'm almost home, because I don't like to get wet either, even though I had my hood on, so I probably wouldn't have been. Mostly it's my pants. My pants get really wet. Okay, so we're going to put on, I forgot. Let's set this aside for a second. I do need to, put these sides together before I can stick them on that, bag. So let me raise the camera up a bit so you see what's going on here. Make sure everybody can see what I'm doing, as I always am ending up down here. You don't want to put it together with too many. Now, if you have this particular pattern, it's very forgiving. I don't really have to match it up. If I wanted to, I could try to, But the truth is that I don't want to go in too far or it's not going to wrap around nicely. I really only want about this much in. So we'll see which side's going to look more attractive. I think going this direction is going to look better. So we'll put a strip of glue here. And we'll just lay that on. It doesn't look like it's perfect at the top, but that's another reason why that trim's gonna help keep that looking good. Want it to be as even as possible. Okay, so we only need to do that one side. And let me take my scissors. I'm gonna just trim that tiny bit there and here, just so that it's gonna help me wrap in when I wrap it around, it's gonna help me a little bit. Okay, so we are gonna start on this edge. Now the lady who did it a little different, so hopefully I'm not messing it up, but we'll find out. Because I can't really lay the whole thing down easily. So I'm trying to just make sure these edges right here are very even. Okay. Now it's a little easier now that I've got, I can put that side down. I can make a little bit of tension there to make sure that's nice and even on the bottom. All right, so now that we're that far, I am going, before I go any further, I'm gonna rub to make sure that sticks really, really good down there on the bottom. Okay, and you can see you want to keep that real even there. So if you'd used glue, actually it would give you a little more wiggle time to make sure that happened. But the problem is you'd be having to hold quite a bit. And that's one reason I'm not doing it. There's no way to clip. If you had like a giant clip vise, you know, and you could clip while you were doing that would work. So when I glue this, I don't know if I want to, because then that means I'll have to hold it. But I believe my clips are going to be usable now. I think our handles are nicely dried. So let me get these off, and then I can use them. Okay, so now we'll put some glue on here where it's not going to come over too far, so I better not get too carried away. I think I do want to go all the way up to the edge, though. Okay, and then we will clip that at the top. And then now that it's clipped, I am going to just kind of hold it here. I do want it to be, I don't want there to be a buckle. Okay. I think I taped it when I did it with the video before. I don't remember having to do this hold thing, so I must have just done tape. But I ended up with a little bit of a buckle too, doing tape. So I think I actually am going to prefer the, just hold it. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. Now that should hold. We'll see. Okay, we're going to set this aside. All right, so we've got our handles, and I think that glue's pretty good now. Now what I need to do is put a little hole punch, and I need 4 brads. Uh-oh, where did I put my brads? Oh, there they are. Okay, so I have got, actually, I've got cute little heart brads. I didn't even really realize I had some cute little heart brads, but I don't want those for this project. Let's grab some silver or pewter or whatever I've got in here. I've got like, for, I don't know, a period of probably 10 years, I collected brads. They were all the rage about 15 years ago. And I have an abundance of different colored brads. And this is a very handy little container that I keep them in. They're like Tic Tac boxes. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we just need, boy, they're jammed in there good. Now these do come out. Oh, those are not, oh, look at you. These are my musical notes. I forgot I even had those. Oh, those are sweet. I need the other box. So this is my fancy brad box, and I have another one, I think, that's not so fancy. Wow, that's hard to get in there. I need to move that to something else. Actually, while we're... Okay, that has to kind of lay to the side because I can't even get that shut. And this is my buttons. That's no good. So it's got to be in here, and I'm just not seeing it. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, I'll stick you like that because I'll have to close that up later. Okay. So here are silver brads. Now, Stampin' Up! Right now, we just need two? No, we need 4. Stampin' Up! Sells a package of, I don't know if the brads come as, silver or gold or an assortment. I know they come in silver, gold, and I think copper. Which copper is my favorite. Now, I'm going to put my handles on here and see where I want that hole punch. Because I want it like here. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it to see exactly where I'm going to put that hole. I don't want it to be too far up. Okay, so... Anyway, so now that I've done one, I'm going to just kind of see how far into my hole punch I had to do that. I put it like right there. Okay. It doesn't have to be exact, I mean, it's going to be fine, but I'm just sort of a fussy person. Okay, so there's that one, and then we'll do this one. You do want to keep it on your center, and you have it kind of folded. Even though we tried not to, it still is going to make a little bit of a fold there. Oops, I missed my center, but oh well, it's going to do fine. And then I'm going to push my little brads to the side because I can't put them in just yet. Okay. All right, so I think it's pretty good. There is a little bit of this buckling here still, but I think it'll be fine. I hope so. I don't want it to come apart as I'm working because my glue is still slightly wet. I guess I can keep my clip on there for a little bit. We're going to put these trim pieces on. We'll start on the bottom. And you look to see where your seams are. Okay. So my seams are pointing away from me. I can see the edge of the seam on this side pretty easily because that's just how it's folded. I can see the seam. So we're going to call this side the front. And we're going to start on the back. Okay, so we're going to put the trim piece on the back of the bag first. And that way, when we put the trim pieces on the front second, then the seam will be pointing in the same direction. Does that make sense? As the seam on this bag. So, starting on the back of your bag, I think the way I cut it, it looks a little better this side. All right, so we are going to just put our trim on. We're going to put it with glue, and I'll have to hold it. Do I really want to do that? No, I don't. I don't really want to do tear and tape, though, because I want the whole thing. The problem with tear and tape is I'd have to use a bunch, and I don't really want to use that much. So we're going to go ahead and put glue on, and it'll just be a matter of holding it on for a little bit while. Because I cannot... There isn't any way you can avoid this. This is just the way it is. You have to just do some holding while it adheres, because you can't really speed this part of it up. There's no way I can clip it. Okay. So we'll just sit here and hold it, and I'll look out the window and we have got I've got one red burning bush. While I'm holding it, I wonder if I can flip up my camera. I doubt it. I'm sure it'll mess up, but I'll give it a go here. We'll see if you can see my burning bush out here. Okay, we're moving slowly up so you can see my window while I'm holding the bag. And we've got out this window. Let me see what you see. Oh, Mary, get rid of your message. Oh, you can see Mary gave us those little crows. Aren't they cute? Okay, so there's my Japanese maple. Love that. But if you can see way over there is my burning bush. And I love looking at that thing. This year it looks pretty good. And I noticed I think our neighbors have a lot more of those burning bushes than they used to, because we used to see a lot of forsythia in the spring, but in the fall, not quite so many pretty bushes, that are nice red ones or orange. So I think more people are getting the idea. Those berberis and the... Oh, I just saw something, I think, is it the wind? I thought it was a squirrel. I think there's lots of crab apples up in our crab apple tree, so I thought I saw a squirrel jumping around out there. He might be, but okay. I think that side is done. So now we're going to put the trim on this side. Okay. Just fold over the edges until I get it right, making sure that it's, fairly even. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so now we'll put our glue on here. But yeah, I really enjoyed. Hi, Carol. It's nice to see you. I loved my bike ride because I got to see all the cute little pumpkins that are out on people's doorsteps. Whole bunch of people have them out now. They're getting all ready for Halloween next weekend. Most of the pumpkins were not jack-o'-lanterns, though, which I like. I like pumpkins. And, jack-o'-lanterns are cute and all of that. But once you've cut the jack-o'-lantern, that pumpkin gets bad pretty fast. And you can't use it for Thanksgiving. You've got to get rid of it once you've cut it. So I never do anymore. When our kids were home, we did jack-o'-lanterns and all that, and then we just threw them out in the trash. And then there was always one or two pumpkins I made sure that we didn't cut, so I still had that for Halloween, for Thanksgiving decoration. But it's nice to not worry about that, because when the kids left and I sort of got, I was like, I'm not going to the pumpkin patch by myself. Actually, I would. I'd be happy to. And I did, but it wasn't as much fun. So I, kind of quit doing that. And I found some foam pumpkins that were actually really nice. And they were lighted, so I didn't even have to mess with candles on the inside of them and worrying about stuff catching on fire. So, okay, now you've got that done. Now you're going to take your other trim pieces and you're going to do those on the top. And you're going to do... I think we can get rid of the clip. Now we can use our clips, okay? So this makes it a little bit easier, and it'll go a little faster, because here I had to do a lot of holding while that glue was sticking on because I don't want that to come undone. But we're going to do 2 strips around the outside, and we're going to do 2 strips on the inside as well. It really makes the bag look nice when you do that. Okay, so let me make sure my clips are handy. And we'll just put our glue on. I want to make sure I'm going to the edge, but not so much glue on the edge that it's going to all squirt out all over me when I stick this on. And I do want to make sure this edge here is even. Okay, so this is why I need my clips. Oh, wow, what time is it? It's already 2? Wow. Okay, so that's that one. And then we'll get this other one. We kind of have to wait a little bit for that, don't we? Nah, we don't. I hope that reaches. That looks like it's off a bit. No, it's fine. I must have not put it on exactly accurately. Oh, well. It still looks cute. I love this paper. So this is our Come To Gather paper and Pretty Peacock cardstock. And this little moose that we're going to do with this is really cute. You're going to love him. All right, so we'll move one of my clips so that I can grab this one as well. Oops, 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 don't adhere yet. You're not really at the top. There we go. Whew, that was close. All right, so if you can get it nice and even, that's actually the key. Getting it nice and even at the top. Okay, now that side's clipped pretty well, and we're gonna work on the inside here and do the same thing there. Okay, oh, you don't want to stand. Nice. Well, this Friday we have that Ride With Me class. I still have, I think, space for one more person. So if you are interested, you have to let me know by today. Because today, I believe, is the cutoff date. I don't have time to get things cut out if you want to do it later. So make sure you let me know if you're coming by the end of today. And you can come. It's just $10. It is a very cute class. You're gonna love it. And then Saturday we are doing Heaven Sent cards. This is to benefit my benevolence program. Actually, our Ride With Me class is doing that as well. All the profits from all of my classes, the profits go towards my stamps and the stamps that I use for all of our church card stuff, but it also supplies the postage money for sending those cards to people. Like we have in the hospital right now, I mean, we're a fairly substantial sized church. And we have a lot of people who join us who are, just from all different situations. Right now we have a bunch of people that are in the hospital. So I've got a lot of cards, get well cards to do. I'm gonna have to get on that this week, I think. And so anyway, it's just a nice thing to be able to do. And I thought it would be fun to be able to encourage. At our church we have so many awesome women and men, but I think it's just the women who are sending cards. I could be wrong about that, but I think it is mostly the women who do that, and they do. And it's something though that I think mostly older women are doing, and I'm the younger women love the cards too, and they've expressed an interest in wanting to do it. So I thought, well, let's just do a card thing at our church too. And it can be free or by donation, because I do still have to buy all the glue and all of that stuff, I mean, cardstock, glue, ink. All of it costs money. So it's a by $10 donation or free event at our church. So if you are local, if you want to come, we would love to have you. There's plenty of room. It's going to be a really informal card making thing where I'm just going to, I'm trying to get people to just enjoy being together, stamping, and learning to value sending cards to people, because a Facebook message is nice, but a card, I think, is even better. So that's just my opinion. Okay, so I think we have that pretty well secured. And we've got our little handles all done. And my brads are ready to go. So now we're going to be just sticking the handles on here. Now you're going to want to take your bone folder and go like this on your handles to get it nice, get a nice curve going there, okay? So there's one. Let's find out which side I want to find the side that's the nicer side. I hope I did it right there. I did. Okay. Because one side's probably going to look a little better than the other. That's just the way it works when you fold things over and do that. All right, and then this is going to just fit on here like this. I am going to remove my clips, because what's going to happen if I don't, I'm going to get confused about what's the center of the bag, and my hands are all sticky from the glue. Okay, so I'm looking at this. You know what? After all my front back talk, then I was blabbing and didn't pay attention to what I was doing, because my top trim is not matching my back trim. But oh well, you know what? I'm probably the only one that would notice that. All right, so I'm going to put my little handles on here, and I'm doing this to see exactly where I want to punch my holes for this. Okay, so I can kind of see where I want it right there. Okay, there's one. All right, now that I've got one, I am going to go ahead and just go over about there and hope that I got it in close to the same spot. And then you're going to want to put some glue on the inside. It does make your handle hold on there a lot better. You don't want a ton of glue up here, just a little bit around the hole and mostly down here on the sides and bottom. And I'm putting on a little more glue than I probably should. It's going to ooze out, I suspect, and that's why my hands are getting all sticky. Now that's going to be only tricky because I'm going to have to stick this brad on here. And it's hard to stick a brad on when your fingers are all stuck together with glue. But I'm going to manage anyway. I'm going to have to force it here. Okay. My nail polish is getting a little bit worn. I think I've only had this color on for about a week. But when I did the nails, I only used up about half of my package because my nails are so super short right now. I had to trim them way, way down because I cut my finger so bad. Now see, my finger's healing nicely though. I had a doctor's appointment and this last Thursday, and I cut my finger the Saturday before last at a baby shower, cutting all this fruit I was making. And I cut my finger so bad, actually should have probably gone in and gotten stitches, but I was like, I'm cutting fruit. I told the lady I was with, here, I've cut my hand, take over for me while I go stop this bleeding, because I was like, I can't stop, the fruit's got to be cut. And I got my handles on just a little crooked on there, so I'm going to have to try to do better on the other side. And anyway, so I can take my clip though if I want to, which I do, and make sure that's staying down really good. Keep that glue going good there. And at the same time, I don't know, a whole bunch of nails were kind of breaking. So I just thought, fine. I had to cut this one anyway, really short, because I'd cut myself so bad. And then I just trimmed them all down really short. And so anyway, I've got a whole bunch of this color still. I need to replenish a little bit. And then my nail color will probably last another whole week or two. Anyway, so by Saturday, Sunday, or Monday even, my finger still, I'd accidentally reopened the wound, of course, doing things a couple of times. And so thought, by the time I go to my doctor's appointment for my thyroid medication, if my finger's not better, I'm going to have to show it to him. But it was fine by then, and it's healing up very nicely. So, thankfully. Oh, I forgot to punch the holes. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and eyeball where these are and stick them, the holes, in approximately the same place. And I'm hoping I do a better job of placement. Not sure that I'm going to, but trying to get done now at this point, because I still want to do my little mousse, and the bag is done, but we still want the mousse on there. Okay, so there's that brat. And one more, and our little bag is done. It is cute. And I'm just so impressed with how sturdy these bags are. That's really why I am doing this, because I want a couple of nice little sturdy paper bags that I can use as gifts for holding. You know, this is a time of the year when you have a lot of little gift holding things. So, okay, you can see my handles are off center. I should have been more careful. If I hadn't been talking and trying to hurry, I would have been more careful and it would look cuter, but it's still pretty cute. And so that is the bag. So now what we're going to do is my other bag where I was more careful is better. Okay. It can be done. It just don't be talking while you're doing it. All right, so we're going to take our little, I've got some crumb cake. Well, this isn't crumb cake. This is a scrap of who knows what, but this is our matching paper, and I had that mousse punch in my hand, my hot little hand. Oh, there he is. So we're going to take our little mousse punch, and we're just going to do a little punch of him. Oh, he's so cute. Now see how nice he looks? I could just stick him on anything, and I'm going to save him because he is going to look really good just stuck on anything. We're going to just make a little tag like this, though. It's going to be very simple. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue. I think I'm going to put the glue on this side. This mousse is adorable. I've never been a huge mousse fan because we live in the desert, and if I lived in the woods, I would be more of a mousse fan, but I haven't really been. So that's why I was a little slower coming to the mousse side. But it's a very popular decor item now. Okay, so we've got that. And we'll grab our trimmer out and just trim the top. I want to save enough room for my sentiment. I thought what I would do for the sentiment, we've got a really cute one here. From our house to yours, there's a wherever we wander, wherever we roam, at Christmas time our hearts come home. I thought that was cute. If I was going to do this for a neighbor, which I could do one of the neighbor ones. That actually is probably what I should do. I've got a from our house to yours one. Let's do that. Okay. So we'll just do the from our house to yours part. Before I trim this, I am going to get, I'm going to emboss right here. So let's just grab out the block, stick that on on there. And get a sheet of paper out. And we'll just do a really quick little embossing. Anytime you have your, where is my powder? There it is. Anytime you have, there's gold, dark cardstock. I almost did it upside down. Oh, I forgot my embossing buddy. Oh, this is the part I always forget, but it actually is quite important because otherwise it does stick to stuff, especially when you've got gluey hands as I have. Okay, I'm going to get this down pretty low because I want to cut a bunch of that off. So anytime you have fairly dark cardstock, it looks really good to do some embossing on it. And it's one of the easiest ways to just add some pizzazz to your pieces. Now, I will worry about putting this away later. Let's just stick it up here for now. And hopefully I won't upset everything. Freddie, awesome. You got your bag done? Oh, good for you. Look at you. And yes, a nap is always good after you've spent a lot of time. Awesome. Okay, so from our house to yours, this is going to be a cute little bag for taking some neighbor treat. My embossing's gonna, I can't get too low there because I don't want to mess up my embossing. Come on, embossing. Trying to cool it down. If you touch it when it's too hot, you'll smear it. So, okay, we're going to hope it doesn't get smeared because I do want to trim it pretty close there. Whew, it worked. And then all I need to do is get out a bigger hole punch. That one is a teeny tiny one. And we'll grab a little bit bigger one. That. And here is some cute little tranquil tied ribbon just waiting for me to use. If I had some gold, that would work too. And then we can tie this on. My hole punch wasn't big enough, and I do have a bigger one, but I think this will do just fine. Because I really only need to... There we go. Okay. And then we'll take off my little clips. And we'll go on this side. That's the side that looks good. The other side, not so much. And we can tie my little moose on here. Isn't he cute? And if I could tie a nice bow, I would. But we'll just do a quick sloppy bow, and I will work on the bow another time. Okay, so there's my little bag. I love that little moose. He's awfully cute. All right, so here we go, moving the camera up so I can see you and see what's going on, see if I missed anything, because every time I take up this camera back, there's always comments that's like, why didn't those show up? But I don't think I see any. Yeah, I do see a bunch. No, few. Marathon with Unlinked. Freddie, you're so funny. All right. You survived. You made it. You crossed the finish line. That's awesome. Okay. And that's how I felt when I was doing it with her. But the thing is that difference is that I was watching a recorded one. And so I did it a couple of times, stop it and at least stopped it and wait, so that she would wait for me. So, you're awesome that you got it done with me. I'm pretty surprised, actually. I don't know that I could have done that. All right, so let's think about if I've missed anything. I don't think so. I talked about my class on Friday. I talked about my class on Saturday. I think I told you about the weather and my bike ride. I mean, what else is it? And the sale. I don't think there's anything else. God is good. The world is going along quite nicely despite all of the nuttiness of politics and people in power trying to grab all that they can. I think things are going really well at the Crow Cottage. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it and appreciate each one of you. And now to next week, should be a little bit. Oh, next week we are definitely doing a Halloween project. It is going to be Halloween next week. So, I love Halloween. It's fun. And I'm doing much better on my diet. That's always good. And so I'm doing well. I'm going to be able to eat as much Halloween candy as I want to on that day. And then I think I'm feeling pretty motivated. I am going to attempt to lose this last 10 pounds that I have been just kind of playing with for the last month and a half or two. And we'll see how that goes. And if it doesn't go well, you won't hear about it. If it goes well, I'm sure you'll hear about it. Anyhow, you guys have a great week. I hope that everything is going well for you. Make sure you let me know if there's any way I can pray for you. I would be happy to do that. I don't know that I'm going to keep doing my prayer page that I've been doing. It's been hard for me to find the time to do it. And it actually is more important for me to be actually praying than to do the prayer page. So I don't know that I can do both right now. This is a very busy season of the time, it's just very busy. And so maybe in January I'll have more time. I don't know. We'll just find out. But anyhow, don't worry. I'm still doing that and available for any prayer requests that you have. I would be happy to pray for, because God is the one that does all the good stuff in our lives, and I just would love for you to be able to, if you don't know him, to know him. But for those of you who do know him, I'm happy to encourage you that prayer is important. He's listening. He loves you very much. Okay, you have a great day. I will see you later. Bye.